In those few seconds of complete silence, what happened? Did your mind wander? Did any of you think, did she forget her speech? Did anybody reach for their phone? Well, if you did, you wouldn't be wrong. The average human attention span in 2026 is estimated at just 8.25 seconds, which is less than that of a guinea pig. But what's more concerning isn't just that number. It's the fact that humans cannot handle discomfort. But that discomfort, that restlessness, that boredom, it's becoming a problem. Hello, judges and audience. My topic for today is that people should embrace their boredom more often. So, first of all, what is boredom? PubMed describes boredom as a state of mind which is characterized by a lack of interest, stimulation, or challenge. It can manifest itself in ways such as disinterest or apathy. Overall, being bored can feel like a negative experience. It is often associated with feelings of laziness or depression. However, despite the negative connotation that boredom has in everyday life, it can be the secret to solving your problems. For example, one day I was waiting in line to get food. It was long, painfully long. So I reached for my phone, only to realize that I had forgotten it. The first few minutes were absolute torture. But then, something unexpected happened. I started thinking. I started imagining. I noticed the people around me. I actually talked to them. Contrary to popular beliefs, psychologists explain that boredom can actually improve social interaction. This is because our brain stimulates us to notice the people around, listen more, be more aware, and just be present. Apart from social interaction, boredom is also essential for creative development. A study from the Creativity Research Journal found that people who were bored first came up with more creative ideas than people who were constantly stimulated. And why is that? Well, neuroscientists explain this using something called the default mode network. This is a part of the brain that becomes active during periods of quiet. This part of the brain is also responsible for things such as imagination, self-reflection, creativity, and problem solving. Think about it. Many of your good ideas might come from a state of boredom, like when you're in the shower or just laying in bed doing nothing. And if that doesn't convince you, let me tell you something else. Many of humanity's greatest ideas come from a state of boredom or mental stillness. Isaac Newton would have never discovered gravity if he hadn't wondered why the apple fell on his head. J.K. Rowling would have never written Harry Potter if she didn't spend a long train ride alone. These examples show us that creative ideas don't just come from constant stimulation. They come from stillness or boredom. So, if boredom is so good for us, why do we avoid it? Well, that's because society perceives boredom as laziness or wasted time. And today, that problem is even bigger. Teenagers and even younger children are growing up with screens as their first solution to boredom, confusion, or even frustration. Common Sense Media explains that most kids and teens spend 8 hours and 39 minutes on entertainment media. That's excluding homework, or any productivity tools. That's purely entertainment. Instead of thinking, imagining, or figuring things out, we search, swipe, and scroll. Instead of thinking, we Google. This is what our society has taught us to become. And over time, this trains our brains to rely on technology to think for us. I remember staring at my phone for so long, it felt like we were in some sort of relationship. What that means is that boredom rarely lasts a few seconds before we completely eliminate it. Research in computers and human behavior found that people often choose digital media, even when it doesn't improve their mood. This suggests that the behavior isn't just about entertainment, it's about addiction. Our brains are addicted to stimulation, to entertainment. In psychology, this is what is called the variable reward reinforcement. It's the same thing that makes slot machines addictive. Every scroll brings on a possible reward, a funny video, or a new message, or it might just be something completely new. What this does is it trains our brains to rely on technology, and that's obviously not a good thing. So, here are some ways that you can embrace your boredom. First, we change how we perceive boredom. It isn't laziness, it isn't wasted time, it's a necessary pause. Society's negative connotation of boredom is often what compels us to avoid it. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm so bored, think, oh, I'm just taking some me time. Second, practice boredom intentionally. Leave your phone behind during short waits or take a walk without listening to music. You will notice many things that you were too busy to notice before. Without constant stimulation, our imagination and self-reflection truly grow. And third and finally, families and schools can protect unstructured time without screens, assignments, extracurriculars, or schedules. Because this is where true imagination, self-reflection, and creativity grow. Without constant stimulation, you will feel much more relaxed and you will see your creativity soar to heights never seen before. We don't need to eliminate technology. We just need to stop letting it eliminate boredom. When this speech ends, there will be silence again. But this time, don't rush to fill it. Sit with it. Let your mind wander. Because the power of doing nothing might just be the power to think, imagine, and create your next big idea.